If you have kids and you live in a state that is not Oklahoma, then you need to watch this video because I'm going to give you 10 reasons why you should move to Oklahoma if you have little monsters.
Don't you give me that human being crap. That kid's a monster.
Or, I'm sorry, little kids that are angels.
Kidding, she's an angel.
Or have the potential to be angels. I'll be breaking down different reasons why I like Oklahoma so much for raising my children. I have 3 kids myself, ranging from ages 12, 5, and 2. And we really enjoy raising our kids here in Oklahoma for these 10 reasons that I'm about to give. The first reason is probably the biggest reason why everyone moves to Oklahoma, and that is the affordable cost of living. So first off, if you live in Denver, Austin, Nashville, LA, and you're a new family, you probably don't have the opportunity to buy affordable housing. Well, Oklahoma has you covered here because you can buy affordable housing. On average, the average sales price of a home here in Oklahoma is $185,000, with the metropolitan areas obviously being a little bit more expensive, being around $250,000 to $275,000 to get a nice 3-bedroom, 2-house, newer home, which is great.
That's great.
Also, if you look at across the spectrum of utilities, groceries, healthcare, and just combined all those things, we're pretty much below national average. And that goes the same for taxes. So if you look at property taxes, state income taxes, sales taxes, and you combined all of them and look at them across the national average, we're also below on that aspect too. So if you're looking for a more affordable place to live where you can actually buy a home instead of renting, then look at Oklahoma. The second reason why you need to look into moving here to Oklahoma if you have a young family is the education. The public schools, I believe, here in Oklahoma get a bad rap. So obviously do your research of picking out public schools.
Do your research.
There are some great public schools here in Oklahoma that you can look at, across the board.
Across the board.
I know the school board of here of Oklahoma have been passing some things that people might not agree with. For example, they just passed a bill that are going to require that the classroom has a Bible in it. Once again, I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. Just, look into those type of things if you are, considering putting your kids into public schools. But that's not just the only option you have with the Oklahoma education system. The second one is you can put your kids into private school. But before you say, Steven, we don't have $20,000 to put your kids into private schools. Hey, I get it.
I get it.
If you want to know more about private schools, I made a video about that right here, going over 10 private schools here in the greater Tulsa area, and they're not all $20,000. There are some that are $20,000, but there are some that you can get your kids into for about $8,000 a year. And the other great thing about it is Oklahoma just passed a bill this past year that will give you $7,500 back for putting your kids into private school. It's a really cool bill. So if you're interested in that, I am going to be making a video about that very soon. So make sure you tune back in.
Tune in next week.
The other option that you can do if you don't want to put your kids in public or private is you can do homeschool. Oklahoma has a very relaxed situation on homeschool, so there's not as many restrictions, and you can do homeschool pretty easily here in Oklahoma.
Hello, homeschoolers.
The third reason why you need to look into moving to Oklahoma is it's beautiful. I know that might be a shock for you, but it has a lot of fun outdoor activities. I know when I said Oklahoma is pretty, you might like, oh, what? Oklahoma's ugly.
Like Oklahoma.
There are parts of Oklahoma that are ugly, and yes, Oklahoma has a lot of flat plains. But if you make your way over to East Oklahoma, it's in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains, so it's a lot greener. It has a little bit more dimensions to its landscape, and it's really pretty. And then also the plains are very pretty too. So we have a lot of things for you to do outside. If you want to go to a more of a desert area, they have the Little Sahara, which is really, really cool. They have Turner Falls, which is just south of Oklahoma City. They have a ton of lakes across Oklahoma. Actually, Oklahoma has the most man-made lakes in the United States, which is a very cool fact and statistic. So if you're ever on Jeopardy and they ask that question, you're welcome. And then if you like going to a lot of state parks and things like that for hiking, we have you there covered too. The fourth reason of why you should move to Oklahoma if you have a young family is Have you ever been in traffic? It sucks. Well, picture this. You're in traffic with like 3 little kids. That has to be absolutely horrible.
Oh no, a traffic jam.
Oklahoma, not a lot of people live here, so there's no traffic and there's no commute times.
Use less gas. No traffic jam.
So you're able to get to those places that you need to go to a little bit quicker, so you don't have to leave your house with 3 little monsters 2 hours before you have to be there. You could leave there, at a decent time and not have to worry about being caught in traffic, which is great, and I love that. Number 5 is cultural attractions. So across the state, there are a ton of different museums. There's a lot of great Native American heritage that you can get plugged into. There's also a lot of great museums and places to visit. So if you want to get that more cultural aspect, you can. Oklahoma City and Tulsa has 2 performing arts centers where you can see different Broadway musicals, Tulsa ballets, Tulsa operas, or Oklahoma City
Slurring your words.
ballets, operas. Oklahoma loves sports, and more specifically, they love football. So that's what's coming in at number 6 is sports and recreation. Oklahoma loves OSU, Oklahoma State University, and OU, which is Oklahoma University. But we're not just a college sports state. I mean, we have other things. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder, which are going to be super good this year, and I'm so excited. So if you like NBA basketball, that is our only professional team here in Oklahoma. We also have a lot of great minor league teams here too. So if you're looking at the Oklahoma City, they have a minor league baseball team. If you're looking here in Tulsa, we also have a minor league baseball team. The Tulsa Drillers. In Tulsa, we have a indoor football league team called the Tulsa Oilers. We also have a minor league hockey team called the Tulsa Oilers too, so make sure you don't get that mixed up. And then we have a minor league soccer team called FC Tulsa. So if you're looking to get into games or looking for more of a sports avenue to take the kids, that's great. At the end of the day, Oklahoma is definitely a football state, but we do have some other things that you can look at and get into if you want to. Coming in at number 7 is the Southern hospitality. Yes, people here in Oklahoma are friendly. So if you are looking to move to a state that people are nice to other people,
Always nice to see nice people.
Oklahoma's great. I have moved so many people from other states that when they move here, they're like, someone opened the door for me, or someone said hello to me. Is that normal? It's normal. People here in Oklahoma are nice, and they will talk to you, and they will invite you to church after talking to them for 2 or 3 minutes. So if you don't go to church, don't be alarmed. They're not trying to convert you into their cult. They are just being nice, and that's kind of what we do. We ask, hey, where do you live? Oh, cool, you have kids. Would you like to join my cult?
A cult. A cult. Our family joined a cult.
I'm just kidding. Would you like to come to church with us? That's just part of the, normal meeting people that are new is asking those questions. So don't be alarmed. And you can say no. It's okay. We're not going to be offended. We'll just probably ask you another 5 or 6 times.
I go to church.
If you're moving outside the state, you probably have family that lives outside the state. So you want to make sure you're not too far from that, because you definitely want to go visit them at Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So the nice thing about Oklahoma is it's centrally located, and also Oklahoma City and Tulsa both have airports to make it a nice, clean travel to whatever you're going to next. So with Oklahoma being centrally located, it's about the same distance to getting to the West Coast versus the East Coast, also going north versus south. So it's really nice that if you have family that lives in a different state, you'll be able to get to them, more easily versus if you lived all the way to the West Coast and had to travel to the East Coast. That is the nice thing where I do move a lot of people to Oklahoma because of that aspect. If you don't want to live in the city and you don't want people telling you what to do and you want to live off the land, Oklahoma has a lot of great opportunities for you to do that. I know there's been a big shift in people wanting to live more the homestead lifestyle, which Oklahoma has you covered on that. So if you want to buy some acreage, put a tiny house on it, or put a mobile on it, or build your own homestead, Oklahoma has that option for you too. And that is the reason why I also brought up homeschooling during the school. The reason why you need to move to Oklahoma, the school reason, is I have moved a lot of people that have young kids that don't want the, government teaching their kids, and they want to basically live off the land, have chickens, cows, acreage, and they also want to homeschool their kids. And that's the reason why I bring it up at number 9 of you have that ability to do that here in Oklahoma, which I think is great.
Great.
And then the 10th reason, and a really big reason, is if you're looking for a great investment for your kids for the future. Oklahoma is growing at a fast rate. The greater Tulsa area has grown just over 1 million people population-wise. Oklahoma City is doing the same. We have seen a steady growth after actually we got the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know. I guess that kind of put us on the map. And then also people have seen the affordability factor of buying a home, being a first-time home buyer. And then a lot of corporations are looking to invest here in Oklahoma with building, manufacturing plants and all these other things, which is bringing in good paying jobs. So Oklahoma is growing. So if you're looking for a great investment for your kids' future, and just looking for a place that is affordable, Oklahoma is great. So we have great growing cities, like I said, with Oklahoma City and Tulsa, bigger metropolitan areas. So if you're looking for a opportunity to be part of a growing city, that was the reason. I don't know if I ever said that, but that is the reason for number 10. If you want to be part of a new, young, growing city, Oklahoma City or Tulsa is maybe your ticket. Especially Tulsa, because I'm a realtor here in Tulsa. So if you're looking to move here to Tulsa, make sure you give me a call. My name is Steven, and I am the 918 agent, and I help people move here to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've moved over 60 families, probably closer to 70 now, from outside states to here to Oklahoma, and I would love to help you. So if you want to watch one of these 2 other videos right here where I go over more details of Tulsa, click on one of them, and I'll see you in the next one.